This tutorial demonstrates how the PIC microcontroller board works with LCD and encoder. If we haven't built up the PIC microcontroller board, please refer to the previous tutorial, PIC setup. To implement the LCD screen, we will use the source code developed by Dr. Juno Oh from Hubo Lab in Korea. The code is quite complicated to understand for the beginners in C language, so I won't get into the details about the source code for LCD screen in this tutorial. The LCD display that we will use in this tutorial is CLCD, and its baud rate is 9600 bits per second. Baud rate is known as the symbol duration time and also as unit interval. In this tutorial, baud rate is used for the digital system, therefore it represents the bits transferred in or out of the system per second. Now, let's set up the hardware first. So if you successfully complete the previous tutorial, you will have the PIC microcontroller board like this. The arrangement of your board could be different with mine, so make sure that you connect the LCD and motor with the right connector. First, connect the 12 voltage power supply. And secondly, connect the LCD display module. And lastly, connect the motor, power supply, and its encoder. There is one thing that you need to be careful. If you closely look at the back of LCD module, there are 4 switches. And these switches are turned on and off depending on the value of baud rate. In this tutorial, we use the LCD which baud rate is 9600 per second. So only number 2 needs to be turned on. Now let's look at the MPLAB code. This code will implement the LCD screen to display clock and each encoder values in the direction of the encoder wheel and the motor. 0 represents counterclockwise and 1 represents clockwise. First, LCD needs to be set up in the code. In the execution source file, all the necessary registers and functions are already set up. Since this code is quite difficult to analyze, as I said before, I would just suggest to download the file and use it for your project. In this code, the function printl will be used in the main code in order to display characters and numbers on the LCD screen. Also, there are a few more functions that you need to know in the main code. If you look at the bottom of the main code, you will see the 2 functions, cur_loc and lcd_clear. cur_loc is the function used to locate the characters in the certain x and y coordinates of the LCD screen. And lcd_clear is used to make the LCD screen blank, and it is usually written in the beginning of the code for an initialization. Here is the code that will be displayed on the LCD screen. The characters that you want to display needs to be placed in between double quotation marks, and the format of the number needs to be determined. For example, %2d displays 2 figures and keeps displaying 0, even if there is no change in variables. And %4i displays 4 figures and doesn't display 0, even if there is no change. After the last quotation mark, arrange the variables that you want to display. So for example, if we want to print out 3 different variables with 2 figures and keep displaying zeros even if there is no change in variables, type like this. And if you want to print out 4 figures of the encoder variables, type like this. To read out the encoder values, quadrature encoder interface needs to be set up. It has been discussed in the other tutorial, so click here to learn how to set up the QEI initial setting. Thank you for watching.